Hey, what's up, everybody? I was gonna write a review, but I decided I'd much rather speak it because I got quite a bit to say, and I didn't think I could write it all. Basically, I'm lazy, but yeah, took a break from spooky season and watched the Barbie movie. And well, here are my thoughts. I'm not gonna bury the lead. I liked it. I mean, I thought that it had some great things about it. I loved the set design, especially since they did it all practical. Everybody was cast great except for one person who I'll get to later. But yeah, I love Margot Robbie. Loved her ever since I've seen Suicide Squad. And yeah, the Suicide Squad movies, Birds of Prey, I don't care what anybody says, those are great movies. But I digress. Ryan Reynolds, who I've loved since I saw him in Lars and the Real Girl. Great performance. Probably my favorite performance and favorite character, Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie. She was just amazing. Rhea Perlman, who I won't give away her character, but always a treasure. I will get to the one bad part, Will freaking Ferrell. I'm sorry. Will's funny. He does great ad-libbing, and I was kind of laughing, but his character just didn't seem to fit in the movie. I don't know what it was. Something about him just felt very miscast.
Listen, I know exactly where you're going with this, and I have to say, I really resent it.
But let's get to the movie itself. Hello, this is future Damon. I also have to say, I forgot Michael Cera's performance as Alan was also amazing. I can't believe I did not mention him. I feel so negligent in my duty as a critic. But yeah, he was great in that as well. So that's all I have to say. Thank you. I would compare the way I reacted to this film to a couple of other movies, or a few other movies I've seen before. First of all, Deadpool and Deadpool 2. And this is kind of the semi-negative part. I remember watching Deadpool and Deadpool 2 and just loving them, thinking they were amazing, like these movies were made for me. Afterwards, I just didn't feel like I had anything big imprinted on me, and I really didn't have any desire to rewatch them. It's like I'd seen them, glad I saw them, that was it. So that's kind of how I feel about Barbie. Another movie I compare it to, though, is Warm Bodies, the zombie young adult film.
Be dead. It's too much.
And the reason I say that is Warm Bodies, to me, was marketed as just a dumb young adult popcorn flick. But there is so much more going on underneath the surface in terms of, themes and commentary, that it's basically a much smarter movie than it appears just from watching the advertisements. To me, that's what Barbie was. I think I heard it once described by somebody as a feminist art film, which is fair enough. It deals with what it means to be a woman.
My feet! I don't even have context for this, but my heels are on the ground.
What it means to be a man.
Why didn't Barbie tell me about patriarchy, which, to my understanding, is where men and horses run everything?
What it means to be human.
I want to be a part of the people that make meaning. I want to do the imagining. I don't want to be the idea.
And I mean, I liked that. I thought that was a neat idea. I liked that it wasn't just some kind of silly, superficial story about Barbie. And despite the fact that it verges on the line of getting a little preachy, but it never goes over that line. Certain things like the line that the daughter says, I sadly cannot remember her name.
What's that girl's name? That's Sasha.
Where she talks about Barbie, promoting the patriarchy or being a fascist or whatever.
You've been making women feel bad about themselves since you were invented. You represent everything wrong with our culture. You destroy girls' innate sense of worth, and until you showed up here and declared yourself Barbie, I hadn't thought about you in years, you fascist.
Or America Ferrera's monologue about what it's like to be a woman.
Like, you have to be thin, but not too thin. And you can never say you want to be thin. You have to say you want to be healthy. You have to be a boss, but you can't be mean. You have to lead, but you can't squash other people's ideas. You're supposed to love being a mother, but don't talk about your kids all the damn time. You're supposed to stay pretty for men, but not so pretty that you tempt them too much or that you threaten other women, because you're supposed to be a part of the sisterhood.
Those don't feel like they're coming from the writer. They feel like they are coming from the characters. I've got to give them credit. The writing was really good. You know, Greta Gerwig's direction was great. I don't know. Just for some reason, as good as the movie was, as much as I enjoyed it when I was watching it, it's just not something I think I want to see again. It didn't really gel with me. I know that there are a lot of people who this movie really grabbed. It meant a lot to a lot of people. And maybe it's just because I'm not really a Barbie person. You know, maybe this film wasn't made for me, which is fine. And I have to mention the big musical number the Kens do. That was brilliant. I know I said I probably wouldn't watch the movie again. I could watch that scene over and over and over. It was so well choreographed, so great. And it gets to one point, oh my gosh, it's like watching a dance scene in Limbo directed by Dario Argento with the colors and everything. That was brilliant. I mean, I gotta just give credit to the fact that this, feminist art film was grabbed by the mainstream, and it's the top grossing film of the year. Made over $1 billion, I don't know what it was, 1.5, but I don't know the exact number, but yeah, it made more than Super Mario Brothers, made more than Oppenheimer. Any movie that, can come in and do that against the odds, or something nobody was expecting, and actually be a good movie, and then add the fact that it's the top grossing movie directed by a woman. I mean, those are all great things. So yeah, I'm not going to knock Barbie. Anybody who I think knocks Barbie and says that, it was a bad movie.
The Barbie movie is atrocious.
I'm going to give my review of the Barbie movie.
Or it was a male bashing movie, or it was a woke movie. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. It was a good movie. It just wasn't necessarily something that I think I'm ever going to want to watch again, which, I mean, is fine. To the people who loved it, great. I'm glad that you found something that really grabs you. And I do think, the messages are important. And I think that's about it. So if I had to give it a rating that reflects how I feel about it, I'd probably give it a B minus. But if I'm going to be objective and say that, it's a movie that did what it set out to do, and it succeeded beyond all expectations, it's definitely an A movie. So, I mean, definitely, if you have not seen it, give it a shot. I mean, it's definitely worth it. And, I mean, like I said, if you love it, good on you. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope everybody has a happy, spooky season. Hope you all are enjoying the activities you're doing, the movies you're watching. Keep it up. And also be on the lookout. I'm going to have a video of me performing a really cool Halloween song soon. Peace out. Love you guys.